friends. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent.
Coach, playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Straight ahead, we pull the curtain on the postseason with an AFC wildcard matchup between our visitors and the Buffalo Bills. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Mike, 319. Watch 2. Pick it up, pick it up. Pick it up.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Second and 11 at the 22-yard
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Allen. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
at the Bills' 19-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
A give to the brother of J.J. This is Derek Watt. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
The end result was brute force on brute force. But think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
Ready. Get team running.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Five down. Stand up in. Pass.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Hey, box truck.
On second down now, it's Hunt. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I got you, baby. I got you. Like 2.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to take a shot right away for the end. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, 33 yards. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Chargers 14. Bills nothing.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of...
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Joey Bosa. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Looking deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now Gordon on first down. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken. On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And Gordon's
going to be stopped short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. This just a 24-yard attempt. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Bills nothing. Michael Badgley for the Charger field goal.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be... Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson, and he rifles one incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Desmond King there on the coverage. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw on 3rd down. Allen nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
57. Mike, 57. I got it.
On 3rd down, Gordon. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. White now to return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Open man is Higgins. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. This pass complete to Higgins. A gain of 32 that time. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield is Hunt.
Big stop. Let's go. Go.
Now Allen. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 27th, Jackson. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll run on first down. It's Gordon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second and 11 now, Jackson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going to look deep for his running back, Gordon. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. They run for it with Hunt. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat and meet?
That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Jackson. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll run again with Hunt. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get it.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28, and his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Gordon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Chargers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now it's Hunt. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They run again with Hunt. And he's going to be stopped short of a 1st down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And that's complete to Croft. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. Stuff to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Allen's throw is complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo 1st. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st down, Allen. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Joey Bosa getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Here's Allen to throw it. Now a desperation throw deep, and now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There